Here we are at 4 in the fucking morningville, around 6 o'clock, and we got the old honey badger maneuver setup going on here. Which basically means, thanks Gene, which basically means, Brandon's gotta take a post eating a bucket of random candy that his boss gave him, which I'm still skeptical is actually candy and not a bunch of drugs. And scouting for fish. And, motherfucker. Got good shit on my floor that's flammable. Wow. Anyways, look at this. Fucking cop, he's like, does that work? I'm like, yeah. No, thanks, Gene. But I'm about down by the tank tussle, doing jack shit, waiting to take a shit up at the store. My boss has gotta wake up. So I guess you guys are gonna be with me for a minute. I need to find my flashlight. Oh. They're not open yet, I know it. I fucking know it. Oh, thanks, Gene. There's my flashlight. This is the North Country. No one has the concept, like, just to figure out making a YouTube video, so we might get questioned. So it's 4 in the morning. Trust me, watch this. See? I told you. My car said no. The vibrations of my car was like, what are you doing? Making a YouTube video. Like my car. Did this in the shower a week ago. Some razor blades and blood everywhere. How much blood comes out of a human head? Especially when you run it over with some razors a couple bad times. Right then. Absolutely. Waiting to go to work. Working at my boss's house to fill you all in. We're insulating the shit out of it. Putting 1.5 inch, 3 layers. So it's 4.5 inch at the end of it. Thick, I think. We're doing the roof, then we're gonna roof it. I don't know if it's his time of the month or whatever, but he's been being super cranky lately. He doesn't understand that I got like injuries from the past that I can work and I choose to work on my own accord. It's like my back. I got some nerve damage, but mostly it's my back. I just gotta go slow or I hurt it. If I hurt it, it's over. I gotta take a day. I gotta go like excruciatingly slow, which makes me bulky, and especially when it's like hot or up and down on the roof all the time. That sucks. I'm willing to sit and fucking do one big thing or fucking accumulate work to do, but that boy wants me doing something all of the time, and it's like, motherfucker, if I got 2 whole seconds to sit there, then that can accumulate and I can pick it up in a big scoop instead of bending over like a nanny all the time. It'll get done, Millhouse. Relax. It's not the first house I've helped build. Yeah. Yeah. My uncle either used to work with you or Luke, but I think he said Luke. Oh yeah, because he smokes pot. He mentioned the pot smoking. But whatever. not even messed up. Unless he's messed up in the head, which well, what'd you buy the wheelbarrow for if you're not gonna fill it full of shit? Alright. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Just pretty much making an update on what's been going on. I went up to the camp. Someone burned down the camp. The airsoft kids asked if I did it. I told them no. They were pissed. With all my stuff still in there. So the med kit, the coveralls, the overalls, the ski pants, the jackets, the boots, all the canned food, my lamp, my book, you know, my little cot, fold out Coleman cot. The wood stove is probably gonna sit there and rot now. Yep, someone burned it down. It wasn't no accident either. Someone, like, they trashed it. Like, all the stuff that should have been on the shelves if it was an accident was in the middle and stomped on first. And someone threw a cup of gas or fucking gasoline that they had to have. Those beams on the top were thick. There's no way that would have burned like that. That, it wouldn't have burned. I had it too good inside. You guys know how I had it. It was pretty fire retarded. So we got an arsonist. There's been a lot of fires popping up around the routes that I've gone. I haven't been going through Lunenburg. I come this way because it's quickest from Littleton. You go through Whitefield, and then you come right here to the Iron Bridge, where you can either go right through the, what does it say, 91? Covered bridge over there that goes into Lunenburg, or left through Dalton. Wow. I've been going right through Lunenburg because it's closer, but I guess a fire started over in Dalton where I had been going, because you can get through the back way. There's two ways to go in Littleton: straight through past the school out of Littleton, or you take a left in the interstates. Past the fire or police department under the highway, take a left, and then it'll bring you through Dalton. Take a left there at the bridge, and it was at the foot of that bridge. But I've been going this way yesterday, because yesterday I went this way, and fucking a bunch of fire trucks and shit. Someone started fires like in the paths that I've been going. There's been like fucking 11 of them in the past, and it's been places that I've been going. Not like to those locations, but driving past or within 2,000, 4,000 yards of wherever the fuck I am. I think someone's got a grudge against me, and it's fucking trying to make it look like I'm doing shit, but I'm not. I don't like it. Yuck, coffee soaked fucking cigarette. That was disgusting. They trying to set up, making it look like they're law enforcement, everybody in the civilians, because of what I did. I called the president. Called the Counter-Terrorist Intelligence Unit. And me saying this stuff and putting it on YouTube, if it wasn't true, I would be breaking the law. Like, then they'd be able to hold me accountable for that. And since I'm not, they don't want to investigate it. I mean, that's pretty much where we're at. You want to know what? For the past, I think, 6 months, they've been trying to get me to get out of my car by saying, "Get out of the car," right? And I was just, like, pretending to be, it's funny. I'd just be waiting, listening to my intel. Thanks for the AH-64, by the way, and the F-22 Raptors. That did a lot. Ask my boss about that. And the workers from Lancaster. And as a refresher for you guys, I did get in contact with the New York Police Department the homicide unit, and the Bulldogs, the most renowned homicide unit in the world. I had them write the Whitefield Sheriff's Department about what happened. No, like, they wrote it up. A whole bunch of different stuff. So, yeah. Just an update, I guess. It's 6:27 in the morning. I had to reply to my friend real quick. Goddamn. In other news, y'all want to hear story time? So I went to jail. Went to jail for 15 days. I called the Lancaster courthouse and asked for my court dates, and they gave me September 8th court date, and I asked about a November 11th and a September 1st, and they said no, those didn't exist, because sometimes my lawyers will say court dates and I have to check in on them, because sometimes they change them, like immediately after they call me they'll be like, oh, we set it up for something else, and they don't call me for like 4 or 5 days, or they'll just send it out, and it's like, I asked you guys to call me and they don't. So I'm the only one that's calling them. I haven't gotten a phone call or steady tried contact for a while. Like 3 calls a day, how hard is that? You know? Not very hard. And anyways, the girl at the Lancaster courthouse over the phone said that the September 1st court date didn't exist. While I went to Laconia for my September 8th one, after verifying the 2 that I checked up about didn't exist. And I went to court, everything was fine. I didn't have any charges at court, everything was clear. I was able to walk out, and then on my way home, a cop pulls me over at a gas station because I needed gas, and he says, I ran your tag, you got a warrant out for bail jumping. And I was out in where was it? Jackson County, and then they put me in DHOC. But yeah, they put me in a jail for a night, just the Jackson jail. It's 6:30. Jackson jail for a night, and then they transferred me to DHOC for 15 days, where I went from a $500 bail. I called a lawyer finally, because you don't have money in jail. You have to have someone loaded onto a card that goes to the system, and that's if you get a PIN within the first 6 weeks. I didn't have toilet paper for the first 3 nights, and they were setting the fire alarm on and off constantly, sending guards outside, shining them in the fucking rooms through the windows, going off protocol, trying to wind us up and shit. They had a fire alarm going for like a half hour, and nobody came to, it was like, sounded like there was fucking fire engines outside and shit. Dumb. When you're locked in a cell and you're psychologically like, how the fuck am I gonna get out of here if I suddenly see smoke or fire coming down the halls, And nobody's coming to check up on us, and a bunch of fucked shit. A bunch of the inmates fucking had one of the guards open the cell at around 2 o'clock in the morning once they put me into general population, and someone sprayed something in my face that they drugged me. They took me out onto the second tier, which is the one that I had my cell on, and I struggled because I have like inoculation training. I struggled. I already told the FBI and fucking DHOC. I left reports of what happened. I struggled, and they threw me off the second tier, and I just landed on my feet, and I looked at the clock above the fucking door, and I looked at them basically like, you guys fucked up. I can put all you to sleep, right? Like, I'm a Spartan. Like, I wasn't scared at all. I was just so fucking obliviatingly mad that I looked at the clock above the door, guys, and I went, are you guys fucking serious? It's 2 o'clock in the fucking night right now and I could kill all of you. And I walked up my fucking steps and I said, move. And I pushed them all aside and I walked in my cell where the guard that opened the door followed me in with like another guard or maybe 2 other guards and some inmates. And I turned around and I slapped him up against the wall, sacked him like a wet bag of laundry. And the guys grabbed him and separated me, but I went like this and I laid down on the bed to go to sleep because I'm a fucking genius. And they all fucking left and locked me back in. And, yep, DHOC, 15-day stay. They tried to kill me. My bunkie was a gang member, and he tried to stand up to me because he was screaming out the door at, like, 10, ass crack of dawn. I told him to keep it down. He got in my face. This was before they jumped me. They drugged me at night. He moved across the cell bay on his own without guards' permission or whatever. I was like, fuck this, I'm out of here, because I stood up to him. I was like, yo, dude, stop fucking yelling. And he was like, I'm about to beat the shit out of you. And I just looked at him until he, and he didn't. And they fucking cut him up and fucking flushed him down the toilet in the bottom bays. Like, he fucking disappeared 2 days. First day he disappeared. They were talking about how he was up. They was bringing trays of food up. Like, they had fucking beat the shit out of him. And then the second day he was gone. No more trays of food. People in the bottom tier in the corner were acting funny. Staying up all night. Fucking toilets flushing all night long. I think they killed him and did the old jump from the second bunk and hope to fucking crush it all up small enough to get it down there. Because you can flush like chunks of mattress down them fucking prison jail toilets like this big. Dead ass serious. So I had to report all that too. It's just the most activity that I've seen so far, but it's not surprising, and they think that they're gonna get in my mind about what's going on. It's like, how dare they have the audacity to think they can get under my skin and all that with this going on and stay anonymous and act like police. It's just funny to me. Fucking hilarious. Yeah. No. Other than that, it was shitty. The food was the same every single day all goddamn week. Like, the weekly menu didn't change. Showers were hot. Fucking, other than that, I got a list of complaints about a mile long. Fucking, one of the guards kept going through my shit, thinking of fucking... I've taken notes for my lawyers and shit to look at. He's going through reading it because he thinks he read, and it's like, what the fuck? You don't need... It's to my lawyer, buddy. You don't need to know what it has to do with. If I want to write to my lawyer that I think you're fucking dragging your ass across all the light bulbs in the building because you're a sick, twisted fuck, you don't need to know that. Doesn't matter what you read in there. And then the sergeant for the jail pulled me, fucking slamming his hands on the table. And he's like, we can go through whatever we want, being mean and shit. And I was like, dude, you're scaring me. He's like, oh, I am? And I was like, dude, you're doing a whole bunch of shit that you shouldn't be doing blatantly. What do you think's gonna happen? I'm gonna write notes for my lawyers. And fucking report it all to the highest officials necessary and possible. L. Mendez. The guy that opened the door. He looked like little combed over fucking mouse stepper on there. Asshole. I'm gonna piss.